We really look hard at the supply versus demand inside the club to put your money in the right locations. We've circled here where the demand, the population is rising the most, and you can see it's Queensland and Western Australia. As a contrast, you can see Tasmania has a falling population. As a result, there's a falling demand for properties, and we'll have falling rents and falling prices. This is happening now. This chart shows you that clearly this is a great time to be getting into the market and almost time to be locking in 3-year fixed rates, but not just yet. The good news is that we're going to have lower rates and for longer than we've ever had in living memory. We are now currently joining the rest of the world on sustained low rates. This is a chart called the Tale of Two Cities. It compares the top third of the price range with the bottom third of the price range for each of the capital cities. On the left hand side you can see the price difference. The top third's probably twice as dear as the bottom third. However, as the years roll by from 93 to 2007, that difference gets greater and greater and greater. In other words, the investment in the top third is working harder for you than the investment in the bottom third. Another interesting fact is I've put circles around there when there's been a pullback in the market in the top third. A couple of lessons here. If you look down to the corresponding period in the bottom third, it doesn't show, in many occasions, a drop as the top third does. The reason for this is pretty logical, because the top third have already pocketed big profits. They can afford to take a drop in price to effect a sale. The bottom third can't. An interesting thing also, as you'll note, is that the return to rising prices is very quick and rapidly increases on up to the next point. So again, media will make a big sensation about property prices falling, and they'll probably put a percentage in there in the top third of the market. It sounds terrible, shockwaves. What they're not saying is this still means that people are selling with a big profit in their back pocket. What they're not saying, equally, it's an indicator that the market is going to bounce back shortly. You all know my banana story, and the price of bananas goes up when there's a cyclone reducing the supply. Well, the government have spent your taxpayers' money funding the National Housing Supply Council. They've checked out what the current demand is and what the current supply is in our various states, and worked out where the shortfall is. And this was up to 2010. The shortfall has got even worse. We are producing less houses now than we did back in 1972, when the population was nearly half what it is now. We're in a housing shortfall crisis. They're saying, for instance, here that New South Wales at Christmas 2010 needed 84,000 new dwellings, or over 1% of the current lot of houses in New South Wales had to be reproduced to satisfy demand. Queensland needed 70, or 1.5% of the current stock increased. Western Australia, 33,000, or 1.4% of the current stock reproduced. You can see there that Northern Territory is also good buying, though it only needs 11,000 houses or dwellings. That represents only 5% extra houses needed right then at Christmas 2010 just to bring equilibrium back into the market. And they're the areas that we're recommending inside the Investors Club as well.